Hey, big dreamers! This is Liz from Big Dream with Liz. If this is your first time here, this is where I give intuitive advice based on what I love, what I'm good at, and what I think you need most, also known as the flavor generator. We have 8 options to choose from: the person of the day, which could also be labeled as the archetype. I like to pick one from the bag each video I make, and that gives us the topic of the day for me to give intuitive advice from based on my own life experiences. Let's see, I'm going for it. The mentor. I do love this one. I may have gotten it a lot lately, but maybe there's a reason for that. We're gonna find out. So we have the mentor bag. Number 6 is the mentor, and that is purposeful. I did put them in a certain order for a certain reason. I'm still trying to figure all of that out, but I did get into numerology a little bit this last year and learned a lot about numbers and synchronicities that were happening in my life based on numbers. And it's funny because I didn't like math. I wasn't good at it naturally in school, and I never enjoyed it, never enjoyed learning it. But then I had my spiritual awakening. There's a lot of numbers that showed up for me, and they still do. And I started reading about them and just learning. The more things seemed to align with me or resonate with me, the more I would look up and learn about it. So I'm not even knowledgeable enough to tell you about what all the numbers mean exactly, but I guess you could just say number 6 seems to go well with the mentor archetype. So that's why it is number 6. Now I just need one more yellow one, and I keep getting green. I have been pulling together all the bits and pieces and connecting the dots in my coaching program. All of the things that I have loved and have been good at and have been excited about are coming together into this Big Dream with Liz idea and plan, and it's pretty cool to see everything kind of being revealed to me. For today, number 6, the mentor, if you can relate to that title, if you consider yourself a mentor, or you have been mentored, or you know of someone you could call a mentor in your life. And that's not just like a tutor, they're helping you with school or a subject that you're having a hard time with, but somebody who is a teacher in every way in your life and is there for you on an emotional level, emotionally available person that can be of help and offer their advice or their knowledge to you when you need it, and encouragement. So the passion of the mentor today is helping others feel better. Perfect. And the power of the mentor, unity. And I accidentally grabbed 3 as I was talking, so we'll just go with this. Good listening skills, and then the third one will be the product of the day that I will reveal at the end. And the purpose of the mentor, to be that warm atmosphere, to be kind, to mentor the youth, and to hug more often. It's hard to read. All right, so with the passion of helping others feel better, the power of unity and good listening skills, and passion of helping others feel better, and the power of unity and good listening skills, then the purpose for the mentor would be to be the warm atmosphere for others. When you are helping them feel better, you can be that warm presence of a person that can help somebody feel more comfortable with who they are, or in a certain environment or situation that they might be uncomfortable. You could be the warmth that is necessary for them on an emotional level to help them feel better in that situation. Be kind, that's simple enough, but remember that we all have things in common, but we're also a lot different and we can learn from each other. And a lot of what we see in other people, we have ourselves, either good or bad. So remember that you're not perfect, and other people can oftentimes show you parts of yourself that either you fully embrace or don't fully embrace. And that could be good or bad traits. And that's okay. Mentor the youth. So that's what I'm trying to do, as well as my peers and maybe people older than me. What I try to do is to mentor the inner child of the old souls. What does that mean? I feel like my target audience, or target market, as they say in business, is the inner child specifically. And so you could be any age and remember what it's like to be a kid, either a scared little kid or a happy-go-lucky little kid that's playful and excited. So everybody usually has a memory or two or 200 of when they were a little kid. And I'm talking like age 5 and younger, maybe under 10, maybe that's a safe way to put that. I am here to help mentor the youth, as well as the inner child of, oh, I didn't explain the old soul. I feel like I'm an old soul, and so if you can identify with that statement, maybe you are also an old soul, or believe that you have been here before, been there, done that, or at least you are drawn to things that are more old-fashioned. Not necessarily old-fashioned, but maybe you have an innate wisdom about certain topics that you can't explain. And that doesn't mean that you think you're better than anyone or that you're smarter necessarily, but you might know about certain topics and you can't explain why, or you just seem to understand where people are coming from. I feel like that's an old soul trait, but I could be wrong. Hug more often, because it is important to have human connection, and it's not always appropriate to have physical contact, but in the right circumstances it can be really beneficial for both people. So yeah. Your product of the day is empathy. What is empathy? Empathy, I feel, I don't have the exact definition in front of me. I had to look up in the past sympathy versus empathy. Sympathy is more like, as far as I know, you're feeling sorry for somebody, or you have pity on someone, or you feel bad that somebody is going through a hard time or something like that. Empathy is where you can actually feel the feelings, or know what it would be like, or somehow be able to relate on a deeper level to the energy of somebody next to you or around you. Or you watch a movie or read a book and you can easily feel the emotions that the characters might be going through, and maybe you consider yourself a sensitive soul, a sensitive person, and so you cry easily, or you get angry easily, or have stimulus from other people and other energies, either good or bad. You can sense that really easily in a group of people, and you need a lot of time to regroup, maybe alone or just with a couple people instead of like large groups. Not that you can't handle the large groups, but you might need more downtime. I feel like that means you have a lot of empathy. Again, I'm not a genius on the empathy cards, so I'm just guessing. And also you might understand animals or feel really sensitive toward animals, especially like the typical household pet, dogs and cats and things like that. Help others feel better. Have unity. This is your power though, so if you feel like you can unify people, that means no matter what somebody believes in, looks like, acts like, their age, their gender, religious beliefs, whatever else, you feel it is important and you are good at bringing people together of all shapes, sizes, and preferences. And I feel like that is one of my powers, or I hope to do that. I want everyone to feel safe who they are. If you are questioning anything about yourself, your identity, and maybe you've had some very painful things happen in your past or currently, and you don't know where you belong, you feel really alone, I do understand, and I am here as a safe person to talk to if you need to talk to me, and I'm not charging for stuff like that, just so you know. So reach out to me on here, leave a comment, or that's probably scary, so send me a message on Instagram, which is, if you're not already on there following me, big.dream.with.liz. Slightly different than Big Dream with Liz, but just put the dots in between the words. Send me a direct message on there and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I usually reply pretty quickly to people, just so you know. And I'm easy to talk to because I'm not pretentious, or I try not to be. All right, good listening skills, there you go. I feel like I'm good at listening to others. Of course, it's always a work in progress. I know I have a fiance that I talk to that I'm sure doesn't feel like I'm always listening. And I can admit that I'm not always listening, but I think I am. So oftentimes it's that I tune out, I start thinking about something else and get distracted, and therefore I can't really be paying attention to the person talking to me if I am distracted and thinking about something else, or if something else is going on. If the TV is on or something, it's much harder for me to pay attention to somebody who's talking to me, especially if I'm interested in what the show has to say. Less distractions equals better listening, just so you know. If you can relate to those two powers, unifying people and trying to have good listening skills, maybe it's something obviously we can all work on. And it's still easy to judge other people or try to label them when you don't understand them or know them. So it's kind of a human nature kind of a thing. But remember that everybody has had their self-doubts at times, and if they don't think that they do have any self-doubt, then they might be hiding them pretty well, because I think everyone has had a bit of self-doubt or has not enjoyed the decision-making process in their own lives. So try to be there for other people and be that warm atmosphere. Be kind, because you never know what somebody might be going through. And maybe you don't have to mentor the youth, but just be a mentor for somebody that you believe in or see potential in that they might not see potential in themselves. Be that mentor for somebody who might need you. And you can usually tell when somebody doesn't have a whole lot of support and they're looking up to you for that support. But there's also a fine line of people who are energy vampires, as the spiritual community calls it. So look out for the people who might be using you for your good, positive light and energy. If you feel pretty exhausted or depleted after being around someone because you feel like they're very negative, it's okay every once in a while. But if it's a constant thing with one particular person that they tend to bring you down with them, then just be careful with that, because that can be a slippery slope with people. I should know, because I've been in many of those circumstances and did not realize that they were impacting me negatively until it was a little too late. But there's always a way out, and there's always a way to grow from a situation and to become a better person because of something negative or seemingly negative. So remember that as well. Hug more often, because it feels nice, and sometimes that might be the only hug that you or someone else receives that day. So give free hugs. Why not? Maybe not to certain creepy people, but use your judgment on that one. Okay? I feel good about this. Product of empathy. What kind of product can you offer that may open up the empathy in someone else's heart a little more? That's for you to decide as the mentor that you are or can be. Thanks for watching if you made it through to the end. If you like the video, put a like on it because that helps the algorithm. I'm trying to grow this channel, so also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I do release weekly videos on here, and maybe eventually we'll do more than one a week, but you can pretty much for sure guarantee to have one new video every Friday and or Saturday of a week. Follow me on Instagram, big.dream.with.liz. Subscribe on this channel. Check out my other videos. There's lots of other topics over the course of a year and a few months that I've been doing this channel, trying to grow. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Subscribe and like and share and comment so that I know that you're here. And I also want to say thank you for those who have been supporting me this whole time. And although I can't always see who my subscribers are on here, I know that people are watching, so thank you. I'm here to help bring out the inner magic you have always had, but forgot about. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.